What's good, guys? GamersGoon here today with your Monday Night Raw review for October 2nd, 2017. So, the show opened off paying homage to the Las Vegas shooting. We know what happened there on Monday morning. We found out what happened the previous night. What prayers got to them. Um, then we started with a match, Rollins and Strowman. Very well put together match. I did enjoy it. Rollins had a couple moments where he had a lot of offense in on Strowman at one point. He had a swing blade. He had a bunch of offensive counters. He went for that V-trigger knee that Omega hits. And with Strowman, he reversed it, ended up hitting the power slam, and beat Seth Rollins. After the match, Cesaro and Sheamus would come on down and they would attack Seth Rollins with Braun Strowman with no incentive to come on down to the ring. That was probably the best segment of the night. Next, we had Titus O'Neil versus Elias. Not something I cared about too much. Obviously, Elias was going to get put over here, and that's what happened. Elias went over, and nothing too big there. Then we saw the Mickie James segment where she was talking about how she's ready to get her opportunity. She went into the back. She saw some gifts that were there for her, left there by Alicia Fox and Emma, which plays it later on in the show. She then went to find Alexa Bliss, who said, "You know what? I'd rather you face Nia Jax tonight." Bliss, she came. She watched from ringside during the match while Nia Jax was beating Mickie James. But at the end, Mickie James managed to end up winning when Alexa Bliss jumped in towards the mat on the bout. Veteran Mickie James, as she is, takes Mickie James out. And Mickie James wins by disqualification. And Kurt Angle then later receives word that there will be a championship match between the two at TLC. Title's not going to change, obviously, because Asuka's coming in, and she'll be the one to obviously dethrone Alexa Bliss. They made that pretty clear. Next, we have Matt Hardy with his cut hair. Yup, he might be broken soon. With Jason Jordan, he cut a promo with Glanderson, the club. Didn't care too much for the match. Who cares? I don't enjoy it when Jason Jordan's in the ring, so I don't care too much about that. Magic Killer would be able to finish off Matt Hardy, however, and that leaves Gil Anderson with a win. Didn't care too much for it, though. Next, we had The Miz versus Roman Reigns championship match, obviously. It ended the second hour. I thought it was going to be the main event. It wasn't. Match started off with Roman Reigns taking out Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel. This made me think at the very beginning, I'm just like, they're coming back out. They're going to screw him over. And Roman Reigns actually was booked near the same level of The Miz. He wasn't overbooked here. But eventually, Cesaro and Sheamus would come on out, and they would end up beating up on Roman Reigns. And that's going to set up probably a Shield reunion. We'll talk about that in a moment. Not exactly sure why they did, but Miz Taraj didn't do anything after the match, but Miz did with Cesaro and Sheamus. So that looks like it's going to be the match at TLC. Next, we had Finn Balor calling out Bray Wyatt. That came to nothing. And the only thing is, Bray Wyatt said that he'll make him meet his sister Abigail. Still don't care too much about anything said there by Bray Wyatt. Next, we have Bayley and Sasha Banks versus Emma and Alicia Fox. They tried to make Alicia Fox seem like she was somewhat good. I don't like Alicia Fox. I don't think she can do what a lot of the other women can. So I didn't care too much. But anyways, Bayley would hit a Bayley to belly on Foxy, and she would pick up the victory for her and Sasha Banks. What did you expect? two kind of jobbers in the women's division versus two of the biggest names they have besides Alexa Bliss and obviously a Charlotte or Asuka. Next, we had Enzo Amore addressing the cruiserweight division. He came out here saying that nobody was coming close to the main event. He's main evented Raw 2 weeks in a row. He said nobody has a championship shot, and he's going on bragging. He's calling out people, calling them homeless, doing whatever. Neville didn't really find that too interesting, but Kurt Angle came on out. He went up to Enzo, and he's just like, you did get your contract that these guys can't get a match, but I signed somebody. And keep in mind, this was to close out the show, basically. It's the last in-ring segment we saw, and they were like, Kalisto. I'm just like, Kalisto? Kalisto? Kalisto. We're going to put Kalisto here. I thought maybe Leo Rush. I thought maybe a Ricochet. Something crazy. But no, we didn't get that. We didn't get that. And then, at the very end, we see what you see right now in the background. We see Dean Ambrose, Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins. Dean Ambrose comes in, he walks in Roman Reigns' locker room. He stares at him. Seth Rollins walks in, he stares at him. They all stand up at each other. They look at each other. They nod. And then they all leave the room separate ways. So I imagine this is going to be the reunion of the Shield. Huge pops for that. Not a bunch of stuff to highlight on this show. Wasn't a great show. I really didn't care too much about it. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. It's your boy Gamers Goon, and I am out.